Welcome, everyone. Oh my God, I don't know my emotions today, but I have some emotion that I cannot describe. But we give God the glory.
Recording
For
in
another
progress.
day. Thank you, God, for today. I know you did not come here for me to yap, but sometimes I yap. I just want to thank everybody that's here today. Welcome, and thank you, Queen Dr. Nadu, for the greetings. Thank you all that have shown up today. We're going to know how to make money the King Solomon way. That means we are getting ready to be good steward of our blessing. Okay, because if you have a lot of money, we've seen on this platform, if you don't have a wisdom, people have come across, used some of money and they've become broke because they did not have the wisdom on how to handle it. So, but before we go there, we have to already also prepare our minds, right? Our minds are very important because our minds can be tricky, right? Sometimes we don't listen to the spirit. We just let our mind trick us. But before we go to that, I think I'm going to let DrDerrick first to play our signature tune. Then we can start for today. Over to you, Dr. King Derrick.
We are the
next stop is ONPASSIVE.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
2 minutes. And the only stop, and the next stop, and the final stop is the stop that we're going to, which is ONPASSIVE until we're told otherwise. Anyway, welcome. I'm not going to waste time. I know you guys are waiting to hear from our beautiful speakers today. So without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to our moderators, the ones that will do it before, the one that will do it during, and the one that will do it after. You know them from Queen Carla, Queen Yvonne, Dr. Benny. They know the position that they fall in during moderation. Over to you, moderation team. Take care.
Okay.
Queen Carla, before you just start, just give me 1 second.
All right.
All right, 1 second. Sorry, guys, I just want to do a quick housekeeping. We're going to withdraw the mic from you guys, not because we don't want to speak. We just want that during the presentation, we should hear everybody. So please, everybody will give you an opportunity to speak. When the time comes, we'll unmute you and you'll speak. So for now, because sometimes we inevitably let our phone call come through, our mic open, we're trying to hear our speakers today. So that's the only reason. Please, you know you are welcome here. We're one big family. Don't be offended, just some housekeeping. Over to you, Queen Carla.
Wonderful. Great, great, great. Thank you, Queen Dr. Patience. Thank you again, everybody. Welcome, welcome. I know our sister has been extending welcome to everyone. Let me join in also saying welcome to you here on the Zoom. And if you are watching and following on the YouTube, welcome, welcome. We love to have you here. We are glad you have you here. And I hope you are as excited as we all are, not only me. Did you see Dr. P already dancing when the meeting has not even started? That is how I feel. Why? Why? Because we saw updates and we are engaged in our business. Our CEO, we have something going on in our back of that is giving us more and more hope, and is bringing us one step closer. That is exciting to see something is happening. And I am so excited about that. I've done my survey, but I'll leave that when we get to updates. Dr. D will tell us more about that, but that is exciting. I hope you are as excited as I am, and many of us here are. So welcome. At this time, we also have our topic for today. And guess what? How timely can that be? Our topic of conversation is how to build wealth the King Solomon way. Oh my goodness. And who else to do us the honors than our one and only king and brother, Dr. Derrick? How timely is that? I am excited. I hope you are as excited as I am, with your pen and paper to write down what Dr. Derrick is going to educate us on, and be ready with your questions to ask, because this is going to be nuggets, good nuggets, excellent nuggets, that if we were to pay for it, we will not even be able to afford it. But here it is going to be freely shared with us today. So as we look forward to our conversation today with the Dream Team, we always begin with the mindset. And that mindset, you know, we have other leaders that come in, Queen Yvonne, Sister Lerato, to help us, to ease us in to our topic for the day. And so at this time, join me to say welcome to our mindset presenter for the day, I would like to hand it over now to our one and beautiful Queen, Sister Lorato. Over to you, Queen.
And thank you, fellow beautiful sis. Hi, how are you,
Thank
sis? You
you.
good?
Yes, I'm all good. I'm all
You
good.
said,
You're
are we not?
welcome.
Thank you, sis. You said, are you not excited? I'm like, I'm trying. You know when you're trying to have the calm exterior, but inside you're like doing cartwheels and you're just over the moon. That's where I am right now. I'm excited. I don't know about anybody else. I'm always excited.
Oh my,
And
oh
I'm
my
like,
God. Do you know what comes to mind? I'm just trying to recall, like, when you're younger and you're excited and you can't contain it, and then it shows all up. I'm like, okay, it's in my head, but my legs are moving and my hands are moving, and I'm just
yes,
like,
yeah, that's exactly how I feel right now. I'm just
correct.
excited. I'm so glad to be here today. And like our beautiful sister, Dr. Benny says that, we're not here by our own power, by our own doing. We have to give the glory to our creator who saw it fit for us to be here today. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Just going to give God the glory, say thank you for this day. All right. So it's so good to be here. And I'm gonna try and be very short today because I'm so excited to hear my beautiful brother. I can't wait to hear him. DrDerrick, I'm looking forward to what you're gonna say today. And so I'm gonna try and cut things short. And I'm just going to dive in and about, we were talking about the power in stillness. We spoke about peace, finding your joy, all these things. I hope they're still resonating in your spirit and you're moving. You are intentional about purposefully implementing all these things into your life because I believe they're going to add more value, more, they're going to add more. There's going to be something that you take away from that's going to enhance your life in one way or the other. So we spoke about peace. We talked about, making choices that agree with good, that agree with God. And yeah, it's just, yeah, I've been working on it. I've been working on myself sometimes. And I said the last time also, our journeys are not the same. If I say something, I do understand that we're not sharing the same journey. Everybody has their journey, but it's good to check on each other and challenge each other sometimes. It's okay, how are you doing this thing? Are you, choosing things that support what you're saying? It's always to remind each other of the things that actually contribute or to our overall goodness and wellness, right? Let me say wellness. So, I mean, this week I've been pondering on that, and one thing jumped up. My sister said that we were looking at the back office and we're checking the pop-ups and everything. All of us are doing the same thing, right? And one thing for me that just sprang up for me, I was like, this journey right here, right? Because I was learning about journeys and in the learning about journeys, I was just studying or sitting and thinking and contemplating about journeys. Is that certain things need a journey because it's in the journey where you learn a lot of things. It's in the journey where your mindset changes. It's in the journey where you learn a lot of things that you wouldn't otherwise have had you not had that journey. And the story that pops up to me is specifically, I'm gonna try and not be too preachy, but I'm gonna talk about what I know. Right. And the story that pops up to me was the story of the Israelites, the children of Israel that they were promised something, they were given a promise that they're going to be given something very significant and something that's going to change their lives. Right. More like the story of ONPASSIVE for me. They were told that that's something, they're going to be given something that's going to change their lives. Right. And their journey was actually supposed to take 11 days or less than 2 weeks. That's where I lost my mind. I was like, how does a journey of 11 days, 10 to 40 years, somebody has to make it make sense? How? Why? I was like, seriously, what is that? That thing threw me off. I'm like, it was supposed to be 11 days for real. What the hell were they doing for 40 years? Because I was reading some people's comments will say, oh, I was here for 8 years, la, la, la. When you talk about building something or you're going to your promised land or you're leaving a state and you're going to a new state, it needs a process, guys. There's no way that if you're living certain, like for us now, we're living certain mindsets. If you had not operated in a level of wealth that we're going to talk about, Dr. Derry is going to talk about that. Solomon, if everybody doesn't know, Solomon was very, very wealthy, right? He was one of the wealthiest people that ever lived on this planet Earth in this existence. And if you had not if you don't have the tools to handle that kind of wealth, it can you can end up in a bad place, right? And we look at the life of Solomon. At the end of his life, there was a lot of questions that were raised, because though he had wisdom, that wisdom became something else for him at the end, right? So you see that the process is very important, guys. The process is very important. And I was just wondering, I'm like, I mean, instead of 11 days, they took 40 years. But what was in the journey that they needed that much in order for them to be there for that long? And we might look at it positively or negatively, but the journey can reveal a lot of things, and the journey can do a lot of things to your psyche, and also you. It can change you, also your personality as well. It can either contribute positively or negatively. There are many people who are supposed to be here, but they're not here because they couldn't withstand the journey. They couldn't withstand the journey. They wanted the promise, but they didn't want the middle part of it. They didn't want the wisdom. They didn't want everything that came with it, with the journey. And like I said, all of us here, we have, we have our own personal journeys and blah, 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 blah. But specifically here, there's so many people that are supposed to be here. I remember when I started joining the webinar, you would see numbers in hundreds when we're sitting here together. Today we're 27, right? Today we're 27. Not many people can withstand the journey. Not many people can wait for their promised land and be in between. People will complain, nobody's taking this. I'm like, dude, if you check anything that was of a momentous or something that turned out big, there was a journey. It was just not something you wake up today, they said, oh, this is going to be, and then it happens and pops out, everything is great and wonderful. You read the story of Slutterbeck, you read the story of anybody that we think made it, or anybody that we look up to say, oh, these people are rich. Check their story. Check their story and check their lives. Check different journeys that they had to be set on. Different things that they had to deal with. Things that they had to push through. We talk about Edison. That's also one of the greatest examples for me, to say that guy tried 999,000 thousand times, I think. Oh no, 999 100 times, and then by the 1,000 times, then everything worked out. But there was a journey. Can you imagine waking up doing the same thing and trying different ways, not giving up? By the 500, 600, you're not giving up. 700, you're not giving. 800, you're not giving up until you get there to the promised land. So it takes, for us to be here, we actually have to pat ourselves on the back and say, yes, we are committed to our prosperity. We are committed to better, because we know better is there. It is there. Better is there, guys. Beautiful is there. All these things are there. It's just the access, and for us to change our mindset and go through what we need to go through to get there. Right? So, and somebody was like, sometimes the journey is more important than the actual destination. Because in the journey, right, I was talking about the Hebrews, they had to confront their fears and leave fear behind. They had to confront certain fears, choose not fear, choose something else. They had to confront a lot of things in their journey. There was a time when they were complaining that there was no food. They're starving. Where is the food? Blah, blah. And then God showed them that he was faithful and he provided something for them to eat. So they also had to experience that, to know that there is provision. There's more than enough. And provision doesn't have to come sometimes from what we think is going to come from. Right? So manna, it says it came from heaven. We don't know how that manna manifested, but sometimes we look for provision and we want things to happen in certain ways, and it comes in another way. So that learning and that wisdom to know that things don't always have to turn out the way that exactly how we think that they should, and being comfortable with that and being at peace with that and being okay with that. They had to learn that, right? They had to get rid of fear, right? And they had to also take on a new identity. They had to take a new identity and a new mindset. In order for you to sit with wealth and be comfortable with it, you have to have a different mindset than where you were when you didn't have that kind of money. Like my sister said, Dr. Patience here, that there are many people that will get money and then by the end of it, they squander the money. I remember there was also my brother here, Dr. Derrick, he said the same things. Like, if you don't have the mindset for wealth, wealth is not going to agree with you. You're going to squander everything and self-destruct. So in the journey, we're now taking on a new identity of prosperity, identity of winners, identity of abundance. We have to be there in order to be able to be on the same level with what we are allowing into our lives and that we are desiring. We have to be on the same level, on the same frequency with wealth. So there's no way this journey is allowing or is helping some of us to you know, to be there, to level up. We need to level up, right? So the journey sometimes is more important than the destination, because if you don't have that in between, you won't even learn how to appreciate. You understand? If you just wake up and things are just happening, we don't learn to appreciate it. That human nature does that. When things are just available, are like great, there, blah. Sometimes you don't take time to appreciate and say, "Wow, this thing is beautiful. It's here." Take that moment to appreciate and appreciate the process. Appreciate everything in between. I mean, all of us are sitting here. There's so much that happened in our company in itself. We had train stations. We had things in you know, Burj Khalifa. We even spoke about the significance of that even any of us, if we had to start a company and do what ONPASSIVE did up to this far, none of us would be able to achieve that. None of us. But we want to overlook it and be like, it's nothing. And it's part of our journey, people. If we're going to get to that destination and appreciate it and value it, the experiences in between, we cannot make nil of them, right? This is where we are learning. This is where our character is even shaped. Some of us, when we were told, oh, you're going to get money, you're going to get millions, what we had in our mind is different from what we have in our minds now of how we're going to be or how yeah, exactly, because we've grown. We've grown. We've learned so many things here. We've learned management. DrDerrick is going to teach us about certain things. We are growing spiritually. We are growing also mentally. Right? We're taking on a new identity of billionaires, of millionaires. Billionaires and millionaires don't think like common men and women. They don't think like that. There's a way that they think, and that's why they are where they are. They don't give up. There's certain things that they might change strategy, they might change ways, and we see it also with our CEO. Whatever he faced, I mean, he's not telling us half of it, but he is not giving up. Every time when he comes here, he's never even spoken the language of giving up, ever. I'm reading at the back office, I'm reading how he writes. There's never at one point, if there's anything for me that I cannot say that, you know what, I doubted, maybe he was not sure. Every time when he came, he said, we are moving forward. It might be hard. I'm not giving up. This dream is too big to give up on. I mean, in many ways, I mean, I'm paraphrasing right now, but there's never a time when he gave up and say, woe unto me, I'm done. Right? So we might change strategy, we might change the way we get there, we might change our mode of transport, but the destination, we're still getting there, guys. We're getting there. But the journey, we cannot overlook it. It is important. The journey is important because a lot of things get to be determined in the journey. Our characters, everything gets to be revealed. Even yourself, you get to rediscover yourself and you get to challenge yourself. You get to find things, you know, that you thought, oh, I actually didn't have it together. Let me get myself together, right? So the experiences shapes your character, and we create memories. There are many people that had we had not this journey, I wouldn't have known them, or I wouldn't have, you know, there's so many valuable things that this journey affords me personally. I mean, we talk about cybersecurity, we talk about different things, health, blah, 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 all these things. Had I not been a part of this journey, some certain things I wouldn't have learned. My sister said something very profound. It's like some of the information we get here, we pay for it. But we're here, we're sitting together, we're sharpening one another. We cannot take it for granted. These are the things that we think are small, but they enhance our lives. They enhance, you know, they give you so much without even you realizing it. So it's important. The journey is very, very important, right? So the journey is a place of you know, it's where everything happens. It's where life happens. That's in the journey, life happens. Then it's a place of engagement. You learn to adapt. You learn how to pick up certain skills. Some of us is money management here. We're picking it up. And then a different perspective. We get to check and question our perspective and change and adapt, right? That's very important. In order for us to get where we need to go, we have to have the adaptability. Like what we need to learn how to adapt, all right? The questionnaire that is at the back office, they ask us, you know, I sat there with the questions, the 3 questions. I'm not going to go deep into it because my brother's going to talk about it now. But I sat there and looked at the questions. The questions were telling in themselves. I sat there, I just didn't answer. They were telling in themselves, right? I was just sitting there, I was like, wow, these questions are not something that you take lightly because it's going to reveal a lot about where we are now, even in the journey. it also reveals our character, because there's some people that are like, to hell with all these questions, where's the money? They just disregard everything. They just don't want to hear it. But the questions themselves, I sat there, I was like, these questions, what kind of questions are these? They're not so simple. It's not like, oh, I just sat there and looked at it. It's like, oh, okay. Is this a trick? Right? I didn't even know what to answer. Right? But guys, the journey is important. The journey is important. It's very important. And I want you to take the time and think about what we spoke about, the peace and the joy and everything is part of the journey that we're taking right now. All these things are part of the journey. Regulating ourselves, our mindset changing, our characters changing for the better is part of the journey. When we get to that destination, we get there stronger, we get there, even shining brighter because we had enjoyed the journey, more appreciative. And now we are this powerful people and we do powerful things in the universe, and we're contributing positively because we had that kind of endurance, right? And we withstood the journey, which was very, very important for where we are going together. So it's important, guys. So I thought I should share that with you today, because I was like, wow, we need to talk about this journey, because for me, the journey of ONPASSIVE is just amazing to me. I mean, of course, I'm human. There are days where you're like, when? We've been here on this mountain. But then I get back to my sisters. I'm like, but it's necessary, guys. It's really necessary. No matter how we look at it, it is necessary. And when we get to the destination, we're gonna appreciate every bit of everything that we, went through to get there. So it's important. It's very important. So thank you so much for listening. In case somebody didn't tell you that they love you, I'm gonna say it. I love you so much. You appreciate it, and we're glad that you're alive. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Oh my goodness. I love you, sis. Oh, we
I love you
you.
too.
You just nailed it. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. What? That was awesome. Awesome, awesome. And guess what? I know you said you were not going to speak for a long period, but I think this topic, the journey you've selected today, just let's have a little conversation before we get to Dr. Derrick, because it really, really, you've hit the nail on the head. Sis, you talked about the journey. You connected and you related it not only to the biblical origin, where we can infer from. And yes, some of us knew the scripture, but how you manage to connect it and bring it out today is so, I mean, it means a lot. It matters a lot, especially in what we are going through in our journey, in the business, and also in our individual life, because sometimes we tend to think and see things differently, and we don't seem to make that connection. Because imagine, like you said, your reference, a journey that was supposed to be 11 days, or let's put it 2 weeks, and it became 40 years. Why? Some of us understand, not everybody understand, but I believe we all have an idea of what happened. In between, what it takes, and who is usually there to be able to plan and how to achieve what it takes to be able to get there. Hasn't it been totally what our journey in ONPASSIVE has been from 2018?
Yep.
Our CEO had the dream, the mission, the vision, and then we had the community. From all the different stages of success that we've achieved, from level 1 to the quadruple top, like Dr. Derrick. Let me pick from Dr. Derrick. We've moved 12 steps high to where we are today. Who has been at the helm? Our CEO. What has been in between? The journey. Some success, some challenges, some difficulties. You talked about changing strategies. Oh my goodness. How often have we changed strategies? You talked about structure. Yes, isn't that what is apparently going on now? Structure and strategy, we are changing because what we had is no longer working, but we need to do that change in order to move to the next step. You talked about people. Yes, even people too need to change. Individual and communities. Some will be left behind, some will come along, and some will be leaders. Even in the Bible, we saw the Israelites. You talked of them, some were complaining, oh, we are hungry, we cannot go through. And what happened? Not all of them that left Egypt ended up in the promised land. We know the story. Some of them fell short, but guess what? Did God leave them behind? If you did not die and you changed and you move forward, you refocus, you understood the mission, you made it to the promised land with God's help. This, I have the excitement that all the pop-ups in the back office is what our CEO is trying to do, reminding us of where we started, reminding us of the journey, reminding us of everything that has been going on and where we are. And he has reached back to us. Go give me your feedback. Where are we? Let me know what you think. Let me know what you have to say. I need to hear directly from you in order to know, in order to re-strategize, in order to get a good structure, in order to know who is ready to move along. And in doing that, all of us are changing. All of us are learning. We're educating ourselves. We are making the family, keeping the community. Oh my God. Talking about journey, this is one journey that we all will forever be grateful. We forever be thankful to our CEO. We forever be grateful to cherish the community, everyone we have met, because we couldn't have met everyone that we are today. So it's been incredible. It's been joyful, even in the difficulties. So thank you, Queen Lorato. I know, Queen Yvonne, I know maybe you wanted to say something, but I see
That's okay, my sister.
Our
That's
brother,
okay, my
our
sister.
brother
Yeah.
Shegun, our brother Shegun also has something. Let me stay quiet.
Go ahead. Yes, go ahead. Let brother talk.
All right, brother Shaggy, you have something.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for giving me this few moments. Queen Lorado, thank you for your word regarding the journey. I'm assuming that you're focusing on the journey from what you said is to encourage us not to abandon the journey. That's what I take from it. Even though you didn't, take any decision, you wanted to be careful not to guide anyone their decision, because from what's going on, the journey is checkmated. And now what do we do? Do we repair this vehicle to continue the journey, or do everybody just, go their own way? Do we keep trying to patch, try to repair? And I thought maybe you would say, you know what, give a word on that, but you stayed away from making anybody's decision to say, this journey has been so good, it's been so helpful, growing it. And if you're in a journey and you're growing and you are advancing, why abandon it? So I take it as an encouragement, for those who are online or who will tell anyone today that, look, this journey is worth the effort. Whatever it would take for us to go to the destination, let's fix this vehicle. Let's do what we need to do, or buy another one or rent another one, but don't abandon the journey. That's my take from it. And that's very insightful, because from what you said, it's really what the effort. From your biblical illustration, it was only two people from those that started the journey that actually made the journey. The rest of the people died before they got there. Their children and grandchildren who are asking, what does this mean? What does this mean? Were not in the beginning. For those who end the journey, only 2. And it wasn't just because it was a long time and people died, because those 2 people were over 80. Others could have made it, but they didn't make it because of their mindset.
Absolutely.
Their mindset of going back to Egypt. We had cucumbers, we had melon, and God said, okay, go eat your melon. Of course, you can't go back anyway. So they all lost it. And I'm assuming that your encouragement is don't be like those people, be like the Caleb and the Joshua, and let's move it on. So thank you for that encouragement. I think we need it because of a lot of what's going on right now. Yeah. Again, thank you everyone for this opportunity. Bye. Yeah.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Shaggy.
Absolutely, he's correct, because just a word, I just want to say, yes, what Sister Loretta is saying, the journey actually elevates our perspective, so we make those better choices. And so the ones who can stay the course, good for us, but we're not making anybody's decision. Thank you, Sister Loretta. Choices, that was one of the big words you had going along in this series, so thank you.
All right, thank you, Queen Yvonne. Oh, I was wondering where our First Lady is. Yes. Please say something.
I don't want to waste too much time, but I just want to, first of all, take this special moment to thank our Heavenly Father for bringing each and everyone. Let me see, we are 33 of us. Are you kidding me? Despite the fact that we don't have that much people, I want to thank each and everyone coming here. Welcome to this amazing webinar, and happy Sunday, happy new month. Our Queen Lerato, thank you so much for your amazing mindset. Hey, guess what? Hey, I'm just excited. Why? Because something is coming. Hey, something is coming with our ONPASSIVE. Let me not waste your time, but thank you so much. I love you all.
Thank you, Queen. I needed to hear that voice. I needed to hear that excitement. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah. All right.
The First Lady.
We are glad to see you. All right, Dr. Pat, I hear you.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just basking in all the excitement that I'm getting from all of you guys. So that's all.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay. So then at this time, we would like to move on to the next webinar item for the day, which is going to be to call on our king and brother, Dr. Derrick, to grace us today with the wonderful topic that is going to take us smoothly, take us excitedly into the conversation for today about how to build wealth the King Solomon way. Dr. Derrick is no stranger to us. We know him. But again, as a leader, a do-it-first leader, we look up to you. We appreciate you. We love you for all you do for us all on the webinar. And we are excited and look forward to what you have to share with us today and to learn from you. Over to you, King Dr. Derrick.
Peace, blessings, enough, whole heap, plenty, a lot of love to our queens and all our kings that is on this webinar. Thank you all very much for showing up. I really appreciate it. Those that are on YouTube, and oh my, there's a good amount of persons on YouTube. Thank you all very much on YouTube to be there.
Dr. D, on YouTube, we hear you, but don't see you.
You don't see me? That's very good. That's very good. That's all right. Don't worry about that. I'm up at the top. I'm at the top in the liquor box. That's why you have to see me up at the top in the liquor box. That's where I am. Up on the top in the liquor box. Right beside Queen Kanla and Queen Yvonne and First Lady Dr. Benny. That's where I am in that little box. All right, don't worry about it. Right. Thank you. That's where I am. I'm there. Amen, church. All right, wonderful. All right. I see that Queen Yvonne Finn has still kept her nice Goldilocks. But First Lady Queen Dr. Benny shift. She did a little shift over the past couple months that she was absent without leave. Anyway, very nice. You're still looking spunky, and you still have that little spunk, First Lady Queen Dr. Benny. Thank you very much for that smiling spunk. Thank you very much, Queen Lorato Shadari. Really appreciate that mindset. I tell you, the mindset for me is the most important item on the program. All right. And so, if you are living alive and kicking, vertical and mobile, upright, then the mindset really caters to you, because the mindset is actually your belief and how you think and the actions that you take on a daily basis based on whatever confront you. That is the mindset. So if you are always down and out, then check the mindset. All right. You are more of a negative, pessimistical type of mindset who is just in the format of doom and gloom. All right. And that is why First Lady Queen Dr. Benny, her mindset has to be optimistic and up and kicking, because, she's bouncy and spunky and what have you. Right? Wonderful. Thank you very much. Really appreciate. Thank you very much, Queen Dr. Patience, because, that is where I draw my patience from, so that I can be a little patient, because, that's not really my character. I am developing it since I'm in ONPASSIVE. ONPASSIVE has done a lot for me. I don't know about anybody else, ONPASSIVE has done a whole leap for me personally, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Okay, wonderful. All right, so if ONPASSIVE has not done anything for you, tough luck. You're on your own. Don't cry to me. All right, wonderful. Anyway, cry to how you view things. Cry to your mindset and recalibrate your mindset. Wonderful. Anyway, as we move forward, all right, and that's what we are doing, moving forward, right? How to build wealth the King Solomon way. Because listen, I tell you the truth. Honestly speaking, I didn't know that this little gem was actually there, hidden in plain sight. I've been reading the Bible and over, and whether you believe in the Bible, yes or no, it doesn't matter. What matters is that King Solomon is a figure that even atheists acknowledge, because the evidence is overwhelming in the existence of King Solomon. It's overwhelming, right? He's not only in the Bible, he's in a lot of philosophical books all about the place. He's because that man is an icon when it comes on to wisdom. All right. And so just bear with me for a few minutes as we take a look at this astounding person, this astounding character that has walked the earth and has left a legacy for us to actually pattern. All right, if we just look carefully. And so, watch this now. How to build wealth. The King Solomon way. Now, every one of us, every person on the planet can attest to the fact that King Solomon was a very wealthy man. Very wealthy. Now, if a man going to have 700 wives and taking care of 700 wives, then oh my goodness, that man must be wealthy. All right. Putting them up in house, because you would have to find dwelling for all of them and all of that. Plus, hey, plus 300 other women out there, right? What they call concubines. Okay. And so with 1,000 women under his belt at the same time, well, I don't know how him do that, I see men struggle with having 2 baby mother and 3 baby mother and all of that. So, anyway, that's not the story. The story is about King Solomon and his wealth. All right, so let us move into it. Most people struggle financially, not because they lack effort, but because they lack wisdom. Let me say that again, because this is you need to get a pen or a paper or a chalk or a crayon or lead pencil or slate or whiteboard or blackboard or chalkboard or whatever writing tool or writing instrument, because listen, there will be a lot of potent information and a lot of potent little nuggets for you to, and so please get some writing tool or writing instrument, because listen, the first one does struck us. Most people struggle financially not because they lack effort, right? People work hard, right? Effort is there, but because they lack wisdom. Yeah, the mindset, the right mindset is lacking. All right, and they work hard. They save what they can, if they can, and still find themselves stuck in a cycle of stress and scarcity, because that is also one of the mindset, a scarcity mindset. And I think we went over that in some meeting somewhere on the planet. But scarcity and society wants us to think that there is some sort of scarcity going on. But in reality, no, there's no scarcity that is going on, right? Everything is in abundance. What if the key to financial abundance was hidden in plain sight, right in the pages of the Bible? Right there, it's there. But you see, most people don't read. So, the wealthiest man in history, King Solomon, didn't stumble into riches by chance. No, he followed a divine strategy. And the best part is, God recorded it so that everyone and anyone willing to apply it could experience the same results. Yes, we can all experience the same results. The shocking truth is that most believers unknowingly reject the very principle that could transform their finances. And so they pray for breakthrough, yet they ignore the wisdom God has already provided. Proverbs 3 and verse 16. Length of days is in her right hand, and in her left hand riches and honor. How simple and straightforward. Wisdom doesn't just bring knowledge, it brings wealth, honor, and lasting success. Solomon didn't just acquire riches. And yes, you might say, God just bless him with riches. Is God just bless him? No. He built a financial system so powerful that even kings and queens paid him to learn from him. Of course. Right? Just like you might have a coach. Right? You could call King Solomon the coach of all coaches on the planet, because that's really what he was. Also, he was a coach. And so when he says the things that he says, people pay him, just like how people pay 100,000 just to listen to some coach. Today we're talking. Okay? Today. And so all of that is King Solomon. How can people stop living the paycheck to paycheck cycle and start building real wealth using the same biblical principle that Solomon mastered? What if the secrets to prosperity weren't found in modern financial advice, but in the timeless wisdom of scriptures? The truth is money follows wisdom. Let me say that again. Maybe you need to write it down. The truth is money follows wisdom. Those who understand how to apply God's financial laws, because it's a law, it's a principle, will always rise above the rest. Are you ready to discover what Solomon knew, why most people never achieve financial freedom? Let us dive into that. Financial stress is one of the greatest burdens people carry, yet many never question its roots, cause society has conditioned us to believe that financial struggle are a normal part of life. No, financial struggle is not normal. That's abnormal. If constantly worrying about bills is just the way things are. Here's the shocking truth. Financial lack is not God's design. Proverbs 10 and verse 22 says, the blessings of the Lord, it maketh rich, and he abideth no sorrow with it. The financial struggle is consuming your life. Something is misaligned with God's principle. A major reason people remain trapped in a financial bondage is a distorted belief that wealth and faith are incompatible. Many Christians or many believers have been taught that money is inherently evil, often misquoting 1 Timothy 6 and verse 10, which says the love of money is the root of all evil. So money is not corrupted, money is not evil. The love of it, if that is all you spend all your time and focus on, is to get and get and get and get. I want more, I want more, I want more. In itself, money is not evil. Is how we have the mindset towards it. So the money being evil is a false belief, and that leads to self-sabotage. People unconsciously reject wealth because they think God disapproves of it. Meanwhile, the Bible is filled with examples of godly men and women who were not only righteous, but also financially blessed, and we might say even over blessed. Which means Rockefeller have nothing on these Bible characters. Okay? Beautiful. All right. So, including Abraham, Joseph, and of course King Solomon and many others, another critical factor keeping people from financial freedom is ignorance. Ignorance of biblical financial principle. School don't teach wealth building. No, they don't teach wealth building. They teach poverty. That you must always be in constant want and need. Most churches fail to equip believers with practical money wisdom. The Bible is full of strategies for managing resources, investing wisely, and creating abundance. Yet most people never study it through this lens. Hosea 4 and verse 6 states, many people perish for lack of knowledge, lack of the proper mindset. Without the right knowledge, Even the most hard-working person will struggle financially, but knowledge alone is not enough. Many people hear biblical teaching on finances, but never apply them. They read about tithing, stewardship, and diligence, yet they remain stuck in the paycheck to paycheck cycle because they don't take action. James 1 and verse 22 warns, but be ye doers, hey, doers of the word, and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves. The first step to breaking free from financial bondage is recognizing that God has already provided a blueprint. But how does that blueprint work? That's where King Solomon comes in with the hidden key in the Bible, Solomon's model. Most people seek financial success through trials and error, unaware that God already placed a perfect model in Scripture. King Solomon has not just the richest man on the earth ever lived, he was also the wisest. His wealth was not accidental, not just a blessings from God, boom, pour out on him. It was the direct result of following divine principle. 1 Kings 3 and verse 13 records God's promise to him. I have also given thee that which thou hast not asked, both riches and honor, so that there shall not be any among the kings like unto thee all thy days. It is right there. This was not just a random blessing, it was a direct consequence of Solomon's mindset and action. The first key to Solomon's financial model was wisdom. That is what we need to ask God for each and every day. Stop asking God for money. Stop asking God to pay off my student loan. Stop asking God to pay my mortgage and pay my bills. I need some money for my bills. What we need to ask God first for primarily is wisdom. Wisdom. Before asking for riches, power, or military strength, Solomon asked God for an understanding heart to govern wisely. Not just himself, but to govern people, because he knows that he's a leader. And that is the first thing that we should see in ourselves, that we are leaders. And so as leaders, we're going to have people to lead. And if you have people to lead, then you're going to need a governing heart. And if you need a governing heart, it has to be done wisely. And if it has to be done wisely, then you need wisdom. You see how that works? Oh my goodness. 1 Kings 3 and verse 9. Give therefore thy servant an understanding heart to judge thy people, that I may discern between good and bad. That's our first step. For who is able to judge this thy so great a people? Who is able to judge the business that you are getting into? How you know that this business is good, or how you know that this business is bad? How you know that what you are getting into is worth your while if you don't have the wisdom? This pleased the Lord so much that he gave Solomon wisdom beyond anyone before or after him. Here's the overlooked truth. Wisdom is the foundation of wealth. Money without wisdom is dangerous. You need to write that down on the chalkboard or the whiteboard or your slate. Money without wisdom is dangerous. And dangerous even for yourself. That is why I say it all the while. The statistics has shown that 90% of people that win lotto, and we're not talking about 100,000, we're talking about millions. That after 2-3 years, they don't have anything to show. Nothing. They're worse off than they are than when before they won. Because money without wisdom is dangerous. Stop asking for money. Stop asking for wealth. Stop asking for your mortgage, to pay off your mortgage. Stop asking for that. Start asking for the first thing, which is the foundation of wealth, that is wisdom. Just look at lottery winners who go bankrupt within years. But wisdom applied to finances produce wealth that lasts for generations. Another crucial factor in Solomon's model was his understanding of value. Solomon did not chase money. I think you need to write this down. Write it down on your chalkboard or whatever. Solomon did not chase after money. He attracted it by offering something. That's it. He attracted money. So first of all, Solomon asked for wisdom. That's the first thing. Wisdom. And second, Solomon did not chase after money. He attract money. All right. So ask for wisdom and also attract. Stop chasing. Right? Attract. Very good. Right? And so those are two valuable points that we need to start doing if we are going to be just like Solomon, wealthy. This is why rulers from across the world travel to seek this counsel, bringing him extravagant gifts. Of course, you have to pay him. You have to pay. Why can a man today, why can a man ask for 50,000 that you pay him 50,000 to hear his wisdom? Even though he might not be talking anything, foolishness. Doesn't matter. But people pay people money for what they know. And it's happening even today. 1 Kings 10, 24 and 25. His wealth was a byproduct of the solution he provides. That is what we need to be doing. Offering solutions. If you don't have any solution to offer, how is it you're going to be wealthy? Because you see, the thing that we want, I want money, I want money, I want money, I want money. So it's all about self. It's all about what I want, of course, to put in my pocket. But if you offer a solution, then you will attract wealth. You will attract money. This principle is just as true today. The most financial successful people are those who solve major problems or provide exceptional value. Elon Musk, is he providing value? I mean, you might not like the person, who to tell, I don't know. But is he providing value? Perhaps the most astonishing thing about Solomon's success is that his business model is detailed in the Bible. God didn't just make Solomon wealthy. He recorded his entire strategy so that we could follow. Understanding Solomon's wisdom is one thing. Applying it is another. Many people assume that Solomon's wealth comes simply because God chose him. But in reality, Solomon followed specific principles that created an empire of abundance. It was the fruit of applied wisdom. Proverbs 8:18 stated, riches and honor are with me, yea, durable riches and righteousness. The Bible makes it clear, wealth follow wisdom. Let me say that again. Maybe you need to write it down. Wealth follow wisdom. Let me say it a third time. Wealth follow wisdom. Beautiful. So let us look at the business wisdom of King Solomon. 1. King Solomon did taxes. Well, you might not be able to do taxes, right? No, you might not be able to tax anybody. All right, beautiful. Number 2, Solomon did have a lot of trade routes that he created. No, you and I might not be able to acquire any trade routes. Number 3, Solomon leveraged partnership. That might be something that you and I can do. But most definitely, Solomon built economic systems. Now, we might not be able to build economic system, but we can all get involved with economic system, because economic system is one of the best way to build wealth. So, what is economic system in our day and age today? What is it really and truly? What is economic system? Let me introduce one of the best economic system built. And of course, you might be astounded and astonished to see that it is MLM, multi-level marketing. Yeah? Can you imagine? Yes. I work it out, aside. But you see, people mindset is of such that, this is the worst program on the planet. When actually, if anyone can tell me, when did this business start? Avon. When did Avon started? Put it in the chat for me, please. Put it in the chat. What year you think? What year do you think that this business started? What year? Anyone? Put it in the chat. Everyone, put a date in the chat. Put a date in the chat. Avon, what year did it start? What year did this business start? Anyone? In the chat. Nobody? Put it in the chat. 1860, 2018. All right. Okay, 2018. No, okay, no. Avon, I said. Avon. AV, it's on the screen. What year did Avon start? All right, Dr. Patience saying 1860. 1886. All right, people looking up online. All right, yes. 1886 that Avon start. All the way back from 1886. Multi-level marketing. This is the first one that I know of. If you know of if another one that start before Avon, fine. But this is the first multi-level marketing business that started on the planet. Avon, 1886. You know why it started? It was to give women a chance at business, owning their own business. Because back in the 1800s, no woman on the planet could have a business. No woman, right? And so this was a way for women to actually make some independent income. So, is Avon a multi-level marketing business or a network marketing business? Yes. Is Avon still around today? Yes. Is Avon still doing business today? Yes. And I want to tell you, it is a $8.1 billion industry. What? Yes, $8.1 billion industry. And so, if multi-level marketing was illegal, right, then this business would not be around today. The SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission, the same one that is investigating what is happening with ONPASSIVE today, they would have shut down Avon long time ago, shut down all of those business that are multi-level marketing or network marketing long ago. So network marketing, is it illegal? Multi-level marketing, affiliate marketing, direct selling, are they illegal? What is network business? Multi-level marketing, of course, is known as network marketing. So both of them is the same thing, is the same, there's just a change of name. It's a business model where individuals sell products or services directly to consumers, earning commission not only for their own sales, but from the sales of those they actually recruit into their sales network. What is a pyramid scheme? It is important to distinguish between legitimate multi-level marketing and pyramid scheme, which are fraudulent schemes that focus on recruiting new members rather than selling products and services. And so therefore, you and I, if you are looking for a network marketing business, make sure that one, they have products, and two, they have services, or one of the two. Let us look at what makes MLM legal. First of all, one, it needs to be licensed. So if it is not licensed, which means have the permit to legally operate the business, then listen, don't bother look at it. And that is a problem. We are getting into these business that are shady, and then when they fall apart, you quarrel that it's illegal. And that's not the case. It needs to be registered. You need to do your due diligence. It needs to be registered, compliant with legal government agency. That's what registration means. Bonded, protect clients or customers from potential losses. So when a business is not licensed, registered, and bonded, don't get involved. It's simple. It's simple. When I learned this, a light bulb went off in my head. And, because I've been with shady business back in the 90s and so on, right? But after learning this, I was good. I don't jump into any business and I don't check it out. Next thing, yes, as I said earlier, products and or services, right? If you just get in the business by joining and you pay money to join and there's no products and services, quite possible it's shady. Are there anyone in charge? Do they have founders? If they don't, then it might be shady. Don't get involved. That is why we know ONPASSIVE is not shady, because there is someone in charge. Ash Mufari. We have products and services. We did have a lot of products and services, right? Is there any track record? All right. There was no track record of ONPASSIVE when it started in 2018. However, there was a track record, and there is a track record of the founder of ONPASSIVE. And so based on his track record, we were good, right? Is there any physical address? Well, of course, ONPASSIVE had a lot of physical address. And of course, you have legitimate multi-level marketing business with legitimate physical address. Now, if they don't have a physical address, might be questionable. Simple. Okay, business 101. What is the out-of-pocket expense for this business? That's one of the first questions you need to find out. How soon will I be able to recover my out-of-pocket expense? Now, most traditional business, you're talking about 3 to 5 years. 3 to 5 years to recover out-of-pocket expense. Because with a company like McDonald's, it's $750,000 to $3.2 million to own a McDonald's. So that's not going to do in a 1 month. But there are network marketing business that if you get involved in it, 2-3 months and you can recover your out-of-pocket expense. Some is even less. Will I be able to maintain my monthly expense? Those are the 3 business questions that you need to ask if you are not developing your own and if you are getting involved with someone else's. Simple 3 potent questions. So, is pyramid as illegal? No, pyramids are not illegal, right? So there's if pyramid is illegal, then your job is an illegal entity. It is an illegal scheme, your job, because every business is structured on a pyramid. Every business. And so you as a hard-working employee would never become the CEO of that business. People say, only the person at the top make money. All right? That's ignorance, as was stated in Solomon's wisdom. All right? And so all of these business has to attract customers. Customers is very important for the longevity of a business. Watch this now. Watch it. ONPASSIVE had approximately 1 million customers right there at the door. You see how cool that was? Look at McDonald's. McDonald's, when you look at McDonald's stores, and we're talking about all the stores, McDonald's stores have an average of 1,000 customers walking through the door per day. Right? 1,000 customers walking through the door per day. So, therefore, a lot of people is going to ask this question: why network marketing is so hard? The reason network marketing is so hard is because of the structure of most of the network marketing business out there. You have the 2x10, you have the 2x15, you have the 2x20, and the more 2x up you go is the more customers that you are going to need. They are not going to tell you that the 2x10 structure you need over 2,000 customers or 2,000 members. No, they don't tell you that. They just tell you that you need 2 and those 2 need 2, etc. They don't tell you in the 3x10, 3x15, 3x2. They don't tell you with the 3x10 that you're going to need over 88,000 members or customers in order to make the money that they are talking about. And so these are very, very difficult to fill. Until now, the 4x4 is the best structure in network marketing, and that is why I don't know of much companies that use it. Actually, I only know of one, really and truly. Only one company that I know use this structure. If you know of another one, let me know, right? But this is the most easiest structure that can be filled, right? Which is a 4x4 force fill matrix, right? 4, yes, you need 4 and 16 and what have you, but you need just a total of 340 customers or members or whatever they call it, right? That is what you need. And so you have a lot of top network earners even today. So therefore, network marketing is not illegal, because you have a man by the name of Holton Bucks, $1.3 million per month. Per month. Angela and Renee, $1.1 million per month. You have Dexter Yager, $1 million per month. And these are multi-level marketing, network marketing persons that are earning that even today. Right? What is the next thing why network marketing is so difficult? Because there is a number one problem. And that number one problem that Holton Buggs and a few of us have found out, that it's duplication. It's very difficult and very hard to duplicate ourselves. It's very difficult, right? And so what is it that we need really and truly is a system. That is what we need. To put it in perspective, there are 3 primary objectives in a network marketing system. 1, it must be easily duplicatable. Most network marketing business is not easily duplicatable. And that is why a 1 person or a 2 person, that's why people always say, oh, the person at the top make money. Right? It's just that the person at the top is able to do other things in order to generate the cash flow, which most persons not able to do, right? So it must be easily duplicated. It must make generating 4, 5, 6, and even 7 figures in monthly residual income are real possibilities. Number 3, it must be affordable. This is why system is so important. System, your entire body is actually made up of system. And so system is very, 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 extremely, very, very important. You have the immune system, you have the digestive system, you have the cardiovascular system. You have so many systems in the you. That's how God developed our bodies, with systems. You even go into the universe, there is so many systems all over the place. And that is why the planet's not crashing into each other, because it's governed by a system. In business, production need a system. And so really and truly, network marketing need a system. McDonald's have a system that they duplicate. How they do that? When you purchase a McDonald's franchise for over anywhere from $750,000 to $3.2 million, they don't just give you the key and say, all right, go run your show. No. You have to actually go to what is known as Hamburger University for 18 weeks. 18 weeks you're going to Hamburger University. And you need to learn their system. That's what you need to learn, their system. Because if you deviate from their system, they are going to come, take away your key, and lock you down, even though you spend that amount of money. That's how the system for McDonald's is so important. Okay? And so all business operate on their system. And so really truly, network marketing, they don't really have the full system. They might have a system in place for the business structure, which is the 2x10, the 3x10s, and the 4x4, etc., etc. They might have a system in place for the compensation plan, but there's no system in place to attract or to explain the business, which is members duplication. And that is where all of these business falls by the wayside. Yes, people making money and getting money and all of that. But the wisdom that Solomon gave when he says, one wisdom mindset we all need to know is that faith and wealth are compatible with each other. let us recognize that the one problem also that we face is that, as I said, there is approximately 1 million customers already in ONPASSIVE. And so what has happened is that, yes, people are now, trying to get into other network marketing business, but they're doing it, 5 people go over there, 10 people go over there, maybe 100 people go over there, and what have you. And so unfortunately, we're still wasting time and wasting money because most of them still failing, right? If we were to come together, and that is the wisdom of Solomon, come together, look at all of them, and make a practical decision. Let us work together, because all of the providence, it wasn't just Solomon alone that was wealthy. His entire providence, all his princes and prelates and governors and what have you, and most of the people in Solomon's time, they were mostly wealthy. Why? Because they came together. Yes, maybe I could say it's a kind of dogmatic kind of leadership, because you just have to follow what the king says. that's just it, right? But if we come together and properly, meticulously look at all the network marketing business, look at one that came on the scene, something about scooter. And even though I'm saying to people, listen, same questions I ask, I ask, is it legitimate? Is it registered? Is it licensed? Is it bonded? Do they have a founder? Who is the founder? Well, I don't know who is the founding member right now, but I mean, but it's good, man. It's good. We making a lot of money and what have you. And just since this week, last week, the same scooter business that everybody was pumping up about, rug pull. They got to the website gone, 404, error. All I'm saying, let us stop wasting our time going off in all different directions. Let us bring the wisdom together. Let us look at all that is out there that people are getting involved in, and let us come together, choose one, and all of us pull together in one accord. And I'm telling you, just like Solomon, we all would be wealthy. Let us recognize that the blueprint is there, ready for anyone who wants to be wealthy. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. And over to you, back to you, Queen Kanla Rahel.
Please, everyone, join me in giving Dr. Derrick a loud round of applause. Though he cannot hear from where you are applauding, but let mine go a long way to represent yours, because this is such an amazing presentation. Dr. Derrick, wow. You have wowed us with this information. Thank you so much. You see, where could we ever go to, even if we had enough money to go buy this wealth of knowledge?
Exactly.
But here, Dr. Derrick has come and has enriched us, has impacted us with this knowledge. Brilliant, powerful, insightful, and yet soul-searching, rooted in the book of life, bringing us back to the origin. Go back that is where we need to go and remind ourselves. I mean, I'm not going to pretend that I can fit the shoes to try to explain. I will not even try because I don't want to spoil what Dr. Derrick has said. But I am moved. I am impressed. Thank you, Dr. Derrick. It's such a powerful topic. Let me take a break. Maybe other leaders have a word or two to say about it while I recollect myself and maybe talk later. Thank you, Dr. Derrick. That is just so wonderful.
Yeah. Yes, thank you, Sister Carla. I think this is when Queen Benny and Sister Evan joined. So you can take a break.
Yes.
I Benny and Sister Evan, you put jump in now and let's get the ball rolling.
Brother Shaggy has his hand up, so we'll go with him. There are no questions in the chat yet. So Brother Shaggy, please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you again. I just want to first of all, I give an applause to Dr. Derrick for that presentation. It's very insightful to start from scripture, from a man that lived in antiquity, and to see that actually his wealth was built on MLM. And so bringing that story into our lifetime and see how it levels up, you know, using wisdom, consistency, persistence, and pulling people together. I never really saw Solomon. Most of the time we see him as God said, you had a dream, and God said, not only did I give you wisdom, I give you wealth. Boom, he's wealthy. See, what we always means is when God says that, God is saying, I bless what you're doing. And so we meet it by saying, oh, God gave him wealth. But God was merely saying, I bless what you're doing because I see what you're doing it. And you always remember that God always blesses people that shows excellence. They don't have to be Christians or Muslim or Hindu.
Yeah.
We look at ourselves and say people like Elon Musk, you never love God. This can never love God. How did they reach? Once you are on a position of excellence, God will bless what you're doing because it's a God of excellence. And the excellence comes in what DrDerrick just listed out. Those steps. So again, I hope we are taking down points and we're asking ourselves, how do I apply this to my life, in what I'm involved, in what I'm doing, so that I can stop some of what I'm doing right now and continue on some things and be patient in some areas, knowing that everything lines up. Though there will not be, results right now, but it lines up that this is going to be, a winner.
Absolutely.
And just stick to it and just, find a way to get the car going again and knowing that we will get there. This is just in line with what the moderator was talking about again, the journey, to emphasize that this journey lines up. This is my take. Don't say I'm dictating. It's my take that this journey we are in lines up with even Solomon. It lines up with his journey of gathering people together, gathering these princes, these kings, this Beersheba that come with wealth to give to him just to ask for an advice. And so they keep bringing stuff to ask for his advice, and it keep, building and building. It keep getting more and more. And so that's how I say it. So again, thank you for using an iterate in the Bible to line up with what we are in right now, and to see how we can build wealth by using wisdom, and gathering people, or be a part of it. If we know we can, have such leverage, be a part of it by checking 1 or 2 or 3, 5 items like you've listed. And if it follows in, go. Don't just jump into anything that looks like it. If those 5 does not line up, don't do it. Again, thank you for that presentation. It's well taken. God bless you. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Brother Shaggy. Sister Candler, I have 2 comments on the chat. I'd like to read those, and then I'd like to just make my little comments. Okay?
Okay, sure.
Okay. So this is from Sister Queen Taylor King. She says, very outstanding presentation, Dr. Derrick. It was very informational, insightful, and great wisdom. You are always giving us great information, and thanks again. And this is second one is from Queen Nancy Judy. And she's saying, amazing. Thank you, Dr. Derrick. My head is spinning. I have to go back and watch it. Too good information to digest one time. She's right about that, unless you made lots of notes like I did. But, you know, from the beginning, the way Dr. Derrick presented it, it's how you present yourself to God, first of all, right? He didn't ask for money because God is not a forfeiter. He doesn't make money and drop it from the sky, does he? You have to earn it. And Dr. Derrick made it quite clear that we have to have something to offer, right? Many, many, many people are wanting financial blessings, but they have no plan as to how to get it. So that's, I think, is probably where the wisdom part came in with Solomon when he made sure he has a understanding and wisdom and even discernment, right?
Correct.
So that's what he did. And then we also have to change that love-hate relationship we have with wealth. You know, Dr. Derrick is always also stressing that. Faith and wealth are not incompatible. It's just how you get it, which it should be ethical and in excellence, as he said. And what is the reason for it? It's not just to, you know, in the Bible, it also talks about you ask amiss because you ask just so you can spend it on yourself. It's not just for you. It's to build the kingdom, both here on earth and in heaven. We are meant to serve one another. So this wealth, and God does favor those people who have this purpose in mind, right? That you're going to serve others with this wealth, which is what our CEO also started off saying. There's a lot of abundance on the earth, and people are misusing it. It's not as if there's no abundance. There's tons of abundance down here. It's just been misdirected and misused, right? Our CEO says that all the time. He's not creating any wealth. He's not making money. Yeah. He's directing it as how it should be directed. That is his vision and mission, and we are part of that. That's why most of us joined that when we heard him say that. We know that there is abundance. We serve a great, huge, abundant Father God creator. Everything is already here. It's just how it's misaligned. So right. I think this is such a fantabulous presentation. I loved every word of it. Thank you, Dr. Derrick. And I'd like to read a couple more comments here from Nadine. She says, great, great, great and soul-searching information. The Lord continue to bless and inspire us through words of wisdom. Thank you, King Dr. Derrick. And thank you, Queen Loretta, for the mindset. And then Dr. Nadu said, shout out to you, Dr. D. We don't need to complain about the number of male figures coming to this gathering anymore. The few that are coming had enough to be served to us. That's true. And thanks, Dr. Derrick. This is Toriela Anongo from Lagos. And she says, thanks to Dr. Derrick for this outstanding presentation, a balanced perspective on faith and wealth. It's so insightful and inspiring. I never saw it that way. And thank you so much. Absolutely. Her eyes have been opened because, I mean, that is what Dr. Derrick does.
Exactly. I mean, Queen Yvonne also to say, to be able to not only listen and visually see the differentiation between MLM and pyramid scheme.
Yeah, yeah.
Unlike, I will say we have been educated or we have been told to lump everything in one.
Of course, yes.
So, and which makes it difficult when it comes to engaging in any of the businesses that is legal, like what we are doing now. And I also remember the slide Dr. Derrick was talking about. Distribution is the issue.
Yeah.
The structure.
Yeah.
Which
duplication.
Duplication, rather.
Yeah,
Thank you. Duplication is where the challenge is. So the first thing is, if that is the challenge, then it just kept me wondering, is it that there is no human being on earth that is aware that that is the process or the structure that is complicated, that wealth can be distributed to everyone, or it's just a structure that was meant to be just so only a few could be able to achieve it? Because then this is where ONPASSIVE falls in with our CEO, because he has seen
but that it's sorry, sister, it's as Dr. Derrick is saying about the mindset, right? we're conditioned to think, you know, you go to school, you get a job,
Correct.
and you work. You keep your head down. And that is by design, because if everybody went off and became independent, which we should strive for, who would do these, 9 to 5, stuck every day and not going any further? That's a problem with it. And because systems do work, and the system this is what our CEO is saying, the system that we have serves others, but not for the majority. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You know what I mean? We have to break away from that system, because we are not meant us to be worker bees, just as Dr. Derrick said. It shouldn't be so hard to make a living, live a life, But the way it's structured by the globe, actually, it's not just, sorry, it's not just one country. That system would not work for them if we were all to break away and find solutions and just be, but it will change. It has to change, because this is becoming untenable. We notice that, right?
So, yeah. Everyone is at that point where you're seeing the difference. You're seeing the difference,
absolutely.
And it's no longer living. Yeah,
absolutely.
Mr. Kandla, to answer the question you just brought up, it's the introduction of greed.
Absolutely.
You see, it works, and it didn't have to be. Even the people that will give an example, including Solomon, there was an element of greed that was introduced that was contrary to God's plan. But that's our humanity, unfortunately. But what DrDerrick is saying is this system works. And then what happened? We bring our humanity, and then we bring greed. And then one person have 1,000 wives. Tell me how that's not great. What about all the other men and women that are supposed to be there? Anyway, not to defeat that. So in the system, right? What Ash is doing differently is to say, I don't need to put that greed. And so we can share.
Yeah.
The example that he gave, Avon, one person could have just amassed all those trillions. He said, no, let every woman who can sell a lipstick get a penny back. They're using it anyway. I can see, Sister Yvonne, I can see the color right there. So if all this people wear lipstick, let them sell it and make money out of it. You see, the greed is taken out.
Yes.
I should want to take the greed out. It's that greed that destroys what DrDerrick was talking about, the fundamentals of King Solomon's wealth, which practically in the world today. And like Sister Carla saying, why is it good? Is the greed. We bring greed into it, and what was supposed to work for everybody, from an associate, in a big corporation, I don't want to mention it, to the four of them just amassing the wealth, and people are paid peanuts. And they still call associates, but they are on the job. They are still collecting, food stamp. So how are you an associate of a multi-billion-dollar industry and you're still collecting food stamps? Greed.
Yeah.
So again, I don't want to diverse. It's greed that messes up the plan is talking about. It works. Again, thank you.
Yeah, one of the things, as you're saying, one of the things that we forget is that God rewards excellence, and that is not an excellent thing. Is just to be greedy and just he will not like those shortcuts and those greedy moves that people are making. He will, it might seem as if they're being rewarded, but in the end, it is, it doesn't work out. He is a God of excellence, right? Yeah. And so we have to follow King Solomon, and in everything we do, there's nothing wrong with amassing wealth.
No,
we have to get that out of our head. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just what the reasons are, how you did it, and what you're going to do with it. That's simple.
Correct. Yeah. And then Dr. Derrick also closed with saying that when you amass it without the wisdom,
you get it. It's dangerous. It's dangerous. I like that word.
Oh my God, I love that. I love that statement, Dr. Derrick. It's so real. It's realistic. We've seen it, and a very good example Dr. Derrick used was those who win the lottery. The lottery.
Yes.
You see that playing in our faces in real time. But of course, I want to assume many of us here have also seen some rich people that amass wealth. And guess what? Just after a certain period of time, they spectacularly you just see everything falling apart, and you're wondering, okay.
Yeah.
So then I think what Dr. Derrick said is, yes, it's good to get the wealth, but without the wisdom, it's really it's dangerous, really dangerous to yourself and the rest of
Absolutely.
humanity
I know.
around you.
I think the wisdom can be, I think, something like a God-given purpose. What is the intention for getting this? Because as many platforms, including this one, but Passion also, they always stress, why do we want this financial windfall that ONPASSIVE? What is your purpose? What is your why? What are you planning to do with it? So you don't go crazy and do foolish things, dangerous, as Dr. Derrick says.
Yes.
If you have a big purpose, like for instance, Queen, haven't seen her in a while, Queen Debbie and I, water is our thing, right? Clean, potable water. And many people have their own things, right? Every chance I get, and I don't have a lot. Because,
partially water for me, and also the environment, because I keep talking of my area where the eucalyptus is draining, sucking up water from the rivers.
Where are you from, Queen Carla?
From Okumbu, Cameroon.
Okay, so the eucalyptus is depleting the earth. Is that what you're saying?
The eucalyptus is, with the deep roots, is drying off the rivers. So the soil is becoming more and more
arid.
dry. The springs are drying up because everywhere is all surrounded by this eucalyptus tree. And there is a project ongoing by existing NGOs to replace the eucalyptus tree
with something less water,
with something that will not be able to destroy the soil, yet at the same time not deprive,
produce the economy, right? And so that's wisdom, right? This is what we're talking about, right? Wisdom and more wisdom. And so we have to always go back to how Dr. Derrick started this. We pray for wisdom first, because whatever happened to unbalance the situation that you're speaking of with the eucalyptus is an economy plant. It's something for the economy.
It's economy, because it's a source of wood for economic. Is used for trading, is used for building, is used for even commercial, like electricity is used when back at home as for electricity poles. So yes, it's huge. It's huge. But then it has this negative impact on the soil.
Of course, especially if you overdo it, right? I'm not sure if there's plant rotation or what could be done, but you were saying that it's being looked at now, correct?
Yes.
So wisdom is stepping in. I have one more comment that is from Sister Rosalind Romeo. She says, "Thank you, Dr. Derrick. That was a great presentation. Wow, wow." So there you go. All right, that's it for me, Queen Carla.
All right, I thank you. I mean, we can go on and on, but we want to stop right here for now. And thank you again, Dr. Derrick, for the wonderful presentation. And please, if you know other affiliates, founders who were not here, please reach out to them. Let them go and revisit and watch later on, because there is something for everyone here to learn today. The differences between MLM and pyramid scheme, how to prepare, be in God's grace, the disposition. We go back to the beginning, the Bible, and ask God to be with us. And at the same time, we are working alongside our CEO, Mr. Ash, as one. We need to be as one, as Dr. Derrick said, focus on the dream and the mission. So thank you, thank you, thank you. At this time, I would like to call on Dr. Derrick again. I know, wearing multiple hats today, not only for our great...
Queen Carla, we're going to wrap up in the session of live on YouTube, then we'll continue off YouTube.
Yes, I wanted to say if Dr. Derrick has any word to say for updates, and then before we close up. All right. And if not, then your closing remarks, and then we wrap up YouTube.
All right, wonderful. Thank you very much, Queen Kanla and Queen Yvonne Finn and King Surgon. Pastor Shaggy. Thank you very much. All your comments, Queen Theodore, and all those that made comments in the chat. Really appreciate. And those that made their comments also on YouTube. Really appreciate. Thank you all very much. It was awesome sauce. Thank you very much. My lioness, Queen Yvonne. Oh my goodness. If you saw her in the jungle, oh my goodness. She would look lionessish. Yeah. Anyway, wonderful. Thank you all very much. I really appreciate. And let us all of us came together in one view, and that is to lift up humanity. That's the purpose and the view that we are all here for, is to lift up humanity. Let us keep that purpose. Let us keep that view sacred, true, and alive. Sacred, true, and alive. Let us keep it so that we would be moving together in the same direction to lift up humanity. I thank you all very much. I do appreciate the opportunity to present, and over to you, Queen Yvonne Finn and Queen You know, for a minute, I just need to say this though. For a minute, you know when the basketball game break and the commentators was there back and forth commentating about the basketball game. That was what came to mind when I heard Queen Candla and Queen Yvonne back and forth during halftime.
You mean we're ignoring everybody else and just having our own conversation?
No, not a matter of ignoring, but you know, it was just so nice, and so
Yeah. We were vibing.
it just remind me. Yeah, it
We
just
really
remind
got
me.
your presentation, Dr. Derrick. It really quite amazing. Yes. Very impactful. Thank you.
All right.
Wonderful.
Thank you, Dr. D. Yes, go ahead.
I don't really have anything to add. It was a very educational, insightful, as you said, Sister Yvonne. And from the mindset that Sister Loretta shared, I don't know, it looks, the connectivity of this mindset and the presentation is becoming too silly for me. So maybe it's God divine connection. But we really appreciate the two of you today that presented, and all the speakers that come to Dream Team, because you take knowledge that people will go and pay to go to seminar to get, and you give us free. We don't take it for granted. Thank you all, and thank you all the Dream Team coordinators. Thank you for all the hard work you do to make this platform running. We don't forget about Sister Rose on YouTube that keep everybody there straight. Thank you, Sister Rose, for moderating on YouTube. We really appreciate all of you. And we've come to the end to wrap up from YouTube. We want to say that thank you all that join us in YouTube as well. And remember, keep connected, keep engaged. Go to other sister platform. Keep building wisdom. Dr. Derrick said, my name is Patient, but did I have patience? I don't know. But I tell you, we've learned a lot of things from this journey. From being patient, from showing love to each other, for being each other keeper, for trusting the journey, for holding the fort, from crying together, from sharing joys together, celebrating birthdays, mourning, everything. We've grown to become a family. And I love this family. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep being earnest to each other. Keep being there for each other. We are here to see the end by God's grace.
Amen.
Hopefully, we'll go through that finish line and get to that promised land.
Yes.
And with wisdom that we pray for.
Yes.
Discernment.
Yes.
We're not going to be bad steward on what God will bless us with.
Amen.
Because God is the one that blesses, not us, but will give us actually discernment and the wisdom to keep on. So don't forget to join our sister Queen Miriam on Monday, Mindset Monday. Trust me, you'll get something out of it.
Yep.
And I think it's 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Is 7. Okay, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Join her. Oh, daylight. We're in daylight now. Sorry.
Yes.
join her. And then we have Deep Dive Globally Changing Life. And on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 7 p.m. daylight time. That 7 p.m. is getting too early for some of us, but we'll try. Sorry, life is just lifing. And then the goals, the events, please. They have live days and they have recorded days.
Yes.
It's 1 p.m. daylight time, Mondays through Friday.
Yep.
Join them, get inspired. Don't forget our brothers on the other side of the ocean, OPASSION. It is 9 a.m. now daylight time, right, Dr. Derrick? If I don't remember, if I don't, either 8 to 9 p.m. No, 9 a.m. Sorry.
9 a.m. Yes.
It's in daylight time. Please join them. Since I've said it, if you can go through all these platforms, and you don't develop your mind, you don't start thinking how, if the windfall come, how am I going to be a good steward to grow it? Money is not wealth, Money is not wealth. I think Dr. Derrick has shared a lot today.
Yes.
Money is not wealth. Yes, and money is not evil. It's a love of money.
Yep.
So let's not be that rich man that is going to be difficult to go to heaven. There's on a camel to go through the eye of a needle. When I heard that scripture, I'm like, camel, eye of needle? Doesn't make sense, right? But if you understand the content in which it is said, you understand what it means. Because when somebody look at that 10% for $1, it's 10 cents. In your mind, it's 10 cents, okay, but it's 10%.
Yeah.
By the time you go to 10% of $1 million, you start thinking, this looks a lot. Please, let's not give out of our abundance. Let's give out of our sacrifice.
Yes.
We are all in it to win it. Love you all. And with that said, we're going to shut down YouTube. Thank you all for joining us. Over to you, Dr. D.
Thank you, sister. We love you too. Thank you.